Alright guys, this morning I am making this video because I am seeking your help. I'm really hoping that you can give me some advice that would actually be constructive for me. I'm dealing with what I believe is plantar fasciitis. I believe I'm saying that right. It's quite annoying. I've been having feet problem for quite a while, but just recently here the problem has been exacerbated, and I have a feeling it's because of the amount of hours I spend in my work boots, and they don't really have a lot of support. I could get insoles, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute here, but my older brothers have told me they've had feet problems also in the past. I don't know if they still do or not, or if they've rectified it. I guess I could talk to them about that. I think I have mentioned it to them actually. But nevertheless, I didn't know if it was just a genetic thing, but after I started looking at it more, I realized that this is a very common issue with a lot of people. I mean, it's just very kind of an everyday thing for vast numbers of people. So it's certainly not rare, and it's not unique to me, at least. I don't think. But I would like some advice because I have been looking at this, and I forgot to bring my phone because I was gonna kind of tell you what plantar fasciitis was if you didn't know already. But if you didn't know what it is, if you don't know what it is, you wouldn't be able to help me anyway. But anyway, I guess it's where the ligaments or the tendons in the foot tend to be overstretched, and maybe they become unsupported for too long. I don't really know the exact way to describe it without having my phone on me to be able to look at it, to refer to. So forgive me, but if you know, you know. If you are experiencing this, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now here's the funny thing. I do stretch out my feet, and it does seem to help a little bit, but not completely. And I just don't want this to turn into something chronic. I understand that the pain that I have in my feet could be due to, well, first of all, like I said before, lack of support. But the kind of shoes I'm wearing, especially the work boots that I'm wearing. But it's gotten to the point where when I get up in the morning, that I hobble my way to the bathroom. I'd say my first 20 steps at least are painful. I have to kind of be careful about how I rest my weight on my feet. And quite frankly, it makes me feel like an old man. So I'm not crazy about that. And I don't my thoughts are when I'm going through this is that, well, if I'm doing this now at 54 years old, what's going to be like 30 years from now? But my understanding is that plantar fasciitis doesn't have to be something you live with necessarily. I guess it's preventable, perhaps it's curable. Like I said, I don't know a ton about it. I know just enough about it to be able to say, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I'm dealing with. Everything, all the pain in my feet, all the discomfort that I have, it fits the exact description of what I'm reading about. So I'm pretty certain. I don't want to go to the podiatrist, okay? I don't like going to the doctor and having an unnecessary bill. I'm pretty certain they're going to tell me the same thing I'm telling you right here, that this is what this is. So I just don't want to waste any money. So the reason why I'm coming to you guys is that there's a lot of so-called remedies online. You can find plenty of videos about it. You're certainly going to, once you start looking at this, you're going to get tons of ads trying to get you to buy their product for this condition. My problem is that there is so much out there there's so much to pick from that the plethora of options leaves me paralyzed. So it's aggravating to me. I just want to know what is the best thing I could do for this. Is there a certain type of shoe, perhaps a specific insole, or I don't know. What can I? Because it's a little overwhelming when you look at everything, and I don't mind losing a little bit of money on a product that's inferior or just that doesn't work altogether. I understand you take that chance, but you do that when you go to a doctor too. Sometimes you go to a doctor and nothing helps, and you have to go to several doctors or several times you have to visit, and all that costs money. And I figure, I don't mind losing a little bit of money on products that would cost me less than going to a doctor, a podiatrist. And I'm thinking that as many people have, look at this sprinkler over here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but yeah, they're really gushing over here. I'm on me mode on my 360X4. I've never used it on this camera before. I've been wanting to try it out, so I thought I'd just take this little walk this morning and see how it works out. Hope I'm holding it at the right angle. But nevertheless, yeah, I don't mind losing a little bit of money on an inferior product and having to buy several different things before I find something that actually works. But with the amount of people that actually have this, there's got to be some of you, my viewers, that have experienced this and have found something that's worked. So I'm asking you, what should I do? What should I buy? What kind of insoles? What kind of treatment? What actually works? Because you may be able to tell me something that I haven't even come across yet online. I mean, that's a very real possibility. So I'm anxious to hear from you. Leave your thoughts, your comments down below. Leave a link if you want to. I'd be ever so grateful. And I'd be more than happy to come back and make another video and talk about your suggestion and how it worked for me. I mean, if you offer a suggestion and it doesn't work for me, I'm not gonna out you. I'm not interested in dragging anybody's name through the mud and saying, yeah, this is what they said, but it didn't work. I'm not gonna do that. I'm only gonna post positive results. So I would love to hear from you guys. Can you please help me out? Listen, I'm not at the point yet where it's chronic, but I can tell it's going that way. And I just don't want to, at my age, I just don't want to keep moving forward with this and seeing it continue to grow worse, because it has gotten worse. So yeah, I would be ever so grateful if you could help me out. Leave your thoughts down below. Feet are a funny thing, man. Think about how much weight we put on. We put more strain in our feet probably than any other part of our body. Well, unless you have an office job, maybe. If you have an office job, you might not be able to say that. But I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking that we probably put more strain on our feet than any other part of our body. Of course, our legs are the strongest. I think our legs are the strongest, have the strongest muscles in our bodies because it has to support everything. But still, I mean, you have. I just read that a quarter of all the bones in your body are in your feet. Yeah, you have 26 bones and 33 tendons in your feet. I might have those numbers turned around, but it's something like that. And your feet have 125,000 sweat glands in them. That's crazy. I mean, I say it's crazy. I guess we could state other facts about other parts of the body that are just incredible. But it staggers the imagination that much detail is in such small parts of the body. But yeah, 125,000 sweat glands. Have you? No wonder some people's feet stink if you don't keep them clean. Have you ever dated? Have you ever dated anybody? Whether you're a man or a woman, listen to this. Have you ever dated anybody whose feet stunk? Was it a deal breaker for you? I have dated. I have dated somebody whose feet stunk. Maybe not all the time. I guess if they did all the time, then that might be a deal breaker. But I think that largely comes from when people aren't wearing socks in their shoes. And I do that from time to time. Not all the time, not very often. But yeah, that becomes a real problem. But yeah, I typically wear socks in my shoes. Not the kind of socks you can see, but I do not like stinky feet, man. Do not like them at all. And then you have these foot fetishes out there now, where people have. Are they OnlyFans sites? I really don't know. I've never even been on an OnlyFans site, but I guess there's like these sites you can go to where feet are rated. People love feet, and I guess that's not. At first, I thought that was odd, but maybe it's not really that peculiar. I mean, we like other parts of the body. We have, some guys will say I'm a leg man or I'm a boobs man or whatever the case might be. Trying to curb my language here for YouTube here, but I guess it's not that peculiar. But there's a lot of women now talking about how maybe they should start an OnlyFans page for their feet. Which, listen, they could do a lot worse. They really could do a lot worse. So, yeah, I do think that if you're going to have an OnlyFans page, if you can keep it clean, if you can manage to keep it clean, then that would be the way to do it. But I don't have a foot fetish myself, personally. It's never meant anything to me. However, I will say I know an ugly foot when I see one, and I've seen plenty of them. What for me, what it takes to make an ugly foot is a fat foot and feet with terrible toenails. We were just talking, my wife and I were just talking about this the other day, about someone they knew that had toenails so bad they kind of curled. That's disgusting. But I don't know. I think I have pretty nice feet, but I've never really thought about whether they're good feet, whether they're attractive feet or not. It's not really a discussion I think I'd ever want to have. It just seems weird. All I want is for my foot pain to go away. Now, I need to state this. When I say I have foot pain, I don't have it all the time. It's only when I first get up in the morning, or if I've been sitting down for a while and then stand up. Yeah, and then it hits me. After I get to walking, I'm doing pretty good. I don't have too many problems. It's just when I've been off my feet for some time and then get back on them that I experience this pain. Right now I'm wearing Skechers, and I have 3 different pairs of Skechers. And the ones I'm wearing right now are extremely comfortable, have really, really good support. And maybe I should be wearing these more often. The other 2 I have, the support is not quite as good. There's different grades of support in each one, so all Skechers are not equal. But I will say the ones I have on are really, really good. I've heard Hoka is really good. I think my brother has a pair of those. But what are your thoughts? What are your suggestions? What has worked for you that you might think would work for me? Okay. Well, I'm glad I got a chance to make this video. I do have to work today, but I go in a little bit later than I normally do. So, yeah, making a video 3 days in a row, that feels good to be able to do that. And I'm hoping you guys are enjoying that too. I really like being able to stay on top of things. And I have some other things I really want to talk about in other videos, but I'm going to save it for another day. The turn of the year is coming up, so there's a lot to think about, a lot to consider, a lot to weigh. And so I want to share my thoughts with you about that. So make sure you stay tuned. One of the best ways of doing that is make sure that notification bell is turned on. Look down the lower right hand corner of this video, right below the video, you should see a bell icon. Make sure it's turned on. And when I make a new video, you'll be notified. So, all right guys, so I think that's just going to be the end of the video right there. And I thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day.